about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
Welcome back to another The Warm-Up Show with our co-hosts directly from the Sunshine State, Coach FRENCHY in the house tonight. And we have to go all the way to the north to find our co-host, Mr. ENORTAP, aka Bob Guinea, in the house tonight.
Happy Wednesday, Coach and friends. Another night, hopefully, of good games.
Wednesday, December 15, 2021,
Yes.
10 days before Christmas. We wish everybody happy holidays for everybody, or right now prepare for the great celebration of the year. But we have a few people in the house, already in the house right now. And why not starting with the teacher, the swimmer, the head coach of the Green Valley and Nevada High School, Mr. Adam
remembered.
Berger.
Welcome, Adam.
And we have also Mr. Isman Dude in the house tonight.
Welcome.
He play bowling every Friday night with a record of 1-8 so far since the beginning of the season with his beautiful wife, Irene. Welcome back, Mr. Alan Vaillancourt.
Welcome.
Directly from Finland, il said more, il said salut, or sometimes he said moro. Mais he said always show up, that's the most important thing. Mr. Yamo Vertanen.
Welcome, Yermo.
Number one fans of the Denver, not the Denver, but number one fans of the Colorado Avalanche, Rory McNeely in the house tonight.
Welcome tonight, Rory.
Ask ENORTAP, how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
He did not learn again. We doing fantastically amazing, Mr. Rory.
Amazing. Awesome.
We have Mr. Nicolas Dugubi Bono in the house. Nicolas
Welcome,
directly
Nicolas.
from Sherbrooke, dans la belle région du sud du Québec. Welcome back. What about Mr. Mark Zuck in the house?
Welcome, Mark.
The new retirement from Houston, Texas. Number one fans of the New Jersey Devils. And he got destroyed 6-1, but I'm sure he's prepared for the next game. They already flushed this game. Mr. Joseph Latham.
Welcome, Joseph.
From Moncton, New Brunswick, Mr. Johnny Golden.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, he's back in the house tonight. We thought he was not going to be here, but what about Mr. directly from Utah, where we are doing what? We hiking, we snowshoeing, we biking, we skiing, and we are drinking. This is the place to go. And Utah, Mr. Ron Whitkins, number 20, in the house.
Welcome, Run. Those Kings are looking
He
good.
should be proud of his team last night, whatever they lose 3-2 again. The Tampa Bay Lightning and shoot and OT. King played solid game again. The champion of the last two seasons. I really enjoyed the OT both the way.
Oh,
You know, and
amazing.
OT in our tap, you do a 2-1. You're going to be back with a 2-1. It's up and down
Yeah.
like this all the time. Both them have
you
an
don't
opportunity.
score.
Kopitar have a great opportunity. Vasilevsky make a big save on the left post with a pad. And a great performance overall. The Kings get 1 point on the
thought-
road. I think they would
I
get
thought he
it
was going to pull a
anytime.
groin there.
Yep.
I thought he was going to pull a groin. Wow. Amazing.
Eastman said, I'm eating a Parmesan or Parmesan is better of Saint-Hubert barbecue. I missed the Saint-Hubert barbecue, but that's another story. What about Mr. Zwab 951 directly from Alberta, number 1 for the Minnesota Wild in the house?
Welcome.
Rowie said, what game are you going to be played tonight? I'm not sure yet. That's a good question you're asking me. I don't know if I start at 8 o'clock to follow the Chicago-Washington or I'm doing a power play show. I'm going to get an answer at 6:30, and from there, I'm going to decide. So watch the notification. If you are subscribed to the Hockey Nation show, on the channel, you have a little bell. Click on the bell, and you're going to get all the information we get. You're going to get from us anytime. Another year older, another wiser. I hope. Mike Zuck, I think he's thinking about. Here we go, ENORTAP. Happy birthday to you, Mark Zuck.
Happy birthday to
Mark Zuck.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to
Mark Zuck celebration. Happy birthday. Thanks, my friend. Glad it's a birthday today. Well, also Jacob Tremblay birthday today. But we told him to wait until today to get his sound. He did it. Glad you turned only 23 years old. And congratulations. I got this, Adam. Don't worry about that. Yes, the bowling match Friday, coach. Last game, we pray for me, coach. Pray harder this week. Have a difficult year so far in our tap. Maybe you should call Jeff Petrie. Maybe Friday night have nothing to do. Maybe now, so we maybe bring him on your
Stop
team.
picking on
Maybe we're
Petrie.
helping you. He maybe get a Dalo, whatever it is. I don't know, but we'll see what could happen. Coach Basson behind you. They got burnt last night. Adam, yes, they got burnt badly by Vegas, and unfortunately for Patrice Bergeron. I know member of the COVID-19 protocol joined the rest of many others today in NHL. It's continued. We're going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes. I was happy to come out with a 1 point in that game last night. Yes, Kings. We watched the end of the game, was excited after the Montreal Canadiens. So it was glad to see some NHL game. Because when we watch Montreal, we feel like it's American Hockey League. But that's another subject. We can talk about this. Runs quick, and Vasilevsky was amazing last night. Great save, both of them yesterday. I agree with you. And Soler in the house. He's a special welcome for Salah because he come from the sun, everything like that. So we play some music like that for him. But Dano is actually good. I agree with you. Have a good year so far with there. And 951 wave to
Yes.
us. Wave to 9 went back. Honestly, I was one of those guys. He said, don't sign a goal center is meant for $5+ million. I was on. Dano is a stud. Yeah. But at the same time, I would say to you, Dano right now will be miserable with the Montreal Canadiens this year, but I can understand that about that one over there. And then Yamu said, happy birthday. No the problem. Mark Zuck is welcome. What about you are awesome, Miss Kelly and the house tonight?
Welcome, Kelly.
Yamo, he understand today under over. The first day he didn't understand. He make all mistake. Today he came back stronger with 2 and 3. Now he understood the rule. Under it's above. It's not above. Over it's above, and under is below. But he understood and he find a way to get it, and he did it very well today. 2 on 3 today, Yamo. Congratulations, S-Man dude. It's a happy birthday, Mark. I love it. Thank you so much, Nicolas. To wish him an happy birthday. Nicolas, that's awesome. Mark and you, I same birthday. Mark, you and I same birthday. Is it your birthday, 951? I make it around a sun again. Awesome. Oh, is Matthews doing ENORTAP?
Oh, Kelly. He's doing magnificent. He's amazing for now.
ENORTAP, at my age, a candle costs more than the cake.
Attaboy, Johnny.
Adam said, I'm worried Vegas is on the road on the East Coast for 4 games. Like everything happening, Adam, everywhere, every time. And the good news, they are not in Canada right now. So the problem, if you play in Canada, could be made more difficult at that moment. But we'll be interesting what happened about this. Alan said 16, we are last place, play off next week, but we are out Monday. Mon ami, I apologize for about that. Here we go. That's it's happened, Alan. When you play sport, you have to do what is most important things. But ENORTAP, I know I'm going to push you a little bit later because that's the celebration today. One more time. Let's go.
And it win.
951. 951.
5-1.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. 951. Happy birthday. Turned 55 today. Awesome. Congratulations. We are going to celebrate again tonight. Another birthday. So we have a lot of birthday today, Mr. ENORTAP. And we have to, here we go. That's happened. It was the closing. And this happy birthday, Swam. Here we go. Coach McDermott beat up Reese last night. He was, yes, I agree with you, Alan. It was a good job. Well, not this one, but don't eat too much sugar. Here we go. This is for ENORTAP. I'm sorry. But
Too late.
absolutely right about this. McDermott beat up Reese. He was the winner of the fight, by the way. Birthday under or over?
Wait, Coach. We need to let Yarmo tell us how to say over and under in Finnish.
I'm sorry, yeah? I'm Finland. I'm
how do you
Finland,
say-
right? Yeah, we need to know that.
Yes.
That'd be great if we can do that. Happy birthday, Mark. Steve G and the house. Directly from Denver, Colorado.
Welcome, Steve. Those Avalanche look good.
Kelly, now you can let you go beat up Coach ENORTAP from choosing Edmonton. It's something we're going to remember, Yamo. We took a note about that one over there. We're going to see the next time they play each other what we're going to do. I should make another account. He said, I have birthday just to hear your song, Yamo. And 95 was a double nickel. Here we go. It's okay. I'm just checking, getting 8 ounce sugar you like today, but no, it's not your birthday. Over is, here we go. You can set it, Mr. ENORTAP.
Is it Yuli and Ale?
Ali.
Yuli is
It's too
Yuli is
complicated
over.
to say
Okay.
Yuli. I will say more Alimi all the time. What about Mr. Peter and the house, Mr. ENORTAP? Mr. Peter is directly from Kingston, I believe, on Ontario.
Welcome, welcome.
Great hockey coach. Mr. Peter is one of the best friends on the Facebook page and great knowledge about hockey. So, Peter, welcome aboard.
Thank you for joining us.
Last night, Pedri said the team has no structure. He said a lot of things about that. We're going to talk about
If
this
we
a
had
bit
structure,
later.
we'd be in first.
Exactly. I hope all three games are good tonight. What about Mr. Andy Cuivula? Buenos tardes. ¿Cómo está? Bien,
Welcome,
bien,
Andy.
bien. Peter say, yep.
Welcome.
Here we go. Johnny Goldson, we
Yep.
should become professional. Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra. What about Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis? I think that'd be better about that one over there. I can be Jerry Lewis for it. And Peter requests this.
How about Abbott and Costello?
Peter requests a flipper. Flipper cannot show up at on the desk right now, but he heard you, Peter. Flipper in the back. He's behind the graphics right now. He's swimming somewhere, but he hear you. He just called you. Say, hey, Peter. Here we go. So don't forget, first of all, guys, to click on the likes. We're looking for more likes. We have only 11 likes. It will take you 7.3 seconds to click on the likes at the bottom of your video. Go down, scroll down, put this there, click on the like. That'd be awesome. Don't click on the dislike. Click on the like. So that'd be awesome. Oh, I took Ducks game under 6. And I'm great 951. I think a lot of game will be under today. About that, coach, get the horse a sound. That's something we have to get there for sure at some point to get there. But we are behind a bit, but we get there. We know we're not much anyway. We have only 3 games on the program tonight, Mr. ENORTAP. What pay your attention in the last 24 hours? And then we have something special in ENORTAP. He said, when I talk, coach, I want to be alone. I don't want to sharing the screen with you. I want to be alone completely. So I said, that's okay. I can do that, Mr. ENORTAP. Yeah, that's your turn. Here we go. You have the show yourself right now.
Thank you, Coach. Well,
RG in the house, by the way, ENORTAP.
Yeah. What stood out? A couple things, I guess. I stayed up a little bit late there to watch that final game between Vancouver and Columbus. When it looked like it was a definite win for Columbus. I mean, Vancouver really turned it on in that second and third period. It was amazing how they peppered Merzlinkis with I think it was 35, 36 shots, and you can tell Columbus, they just didn't have the legs, especially in that third period. It was a great comeback, and here we are. We're at 5 games now for here. Bruce, here it is, right? The other thing that stood out, Coach, was for me. We were talking about it this morning as well. It's the comments that Petrie made about the fact that he came out publicly and just said that there's no structure out there. Obviously, it's one of those things that I'm always of the mind. You should never bring that kind of stuff to the public. If you have an issue with a teammate, a coach, a group of people, do it behind closed doors. Obviously, everybody would appreciate you for that in terms of your teammates or even your coach. Disagreements will happen all the time. But, I mean, he as you said this morning, I mean, he has to sort of look in the mirror as well and say, what have I done in the interim time? But by the same token, I don't want to let Ducharme off the hook here either, because clearly now this is not the first player that has said something to this we heard Allen the other day come out and say something, and sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. And Ducharme has to assume some of the responsibility as well, whether it's for the play. I mean, he can't go out there obviously and score, but he has to have a system that everybody buys into. And right now it's about a mindset. And right now Montreal just doesn't have that mindset. You know what they say, losing begets more losing. And that's what's happening. So we have to keep in mind that this is not really Montreal is really not this bad. And I'm not talking being a homer about this. If you really look at our squad, you look at our the players that we have. You know, at the beginning of the year, we were saying, "Hey, let's look at who we lost and who we gained," and it seems to be an improvement. And we were expecting Caulfield to do what he had to do, and Suzuki, of course, and you throw in all the injuries. This team is really handcuffed right now, and that's a big part of why they're losing. So there's no need really to get frustrated about the situation. The key thing is that Gortner has to use this opportunity to observe, make notes in terms of what he has to do. He's getting a picture every night of different things that need to be addressed. And um, the key will be how he addresses them at the end of the year or even at trade deadline time as well. But I don't know. To say, you know what, we're going to trade Petrie now because he made those comments. I'm a bit leery of doing that, simply because, and I know it's a different issue, but last time we did this with Patrick Waugh, it brought our organization behind many, many years. I don't think we've ever really recovered from that. So I think Gordner just has to observe. He has to make notes for himself mentally, and he has to make the right moves along the way. And it will start with coaching, because I personally don't see Ducharme being here next year.
Yeah, absolutely right about that. It was following by a press conference this morning about Dominic Cham talking about the incident. That it was already fixed or met the players. That already the coaching and Jeff Petrie and maybe some other player around him met all together and talk about the situation. That, so it looked like it was a bit clean up a little bit more, and so. At the end of the day, if you really pay attention really clearly, his message when he said, you have no structure, then he follow up with the players where we're not at the right spot at the same time. So maybe it was interpretation of social media, or maybe different of what he was trying to tell. If you turn that, we did not get a second version of himself now today. But on the French side, on the newspaper, everything on the radio, and it was the Petrie storm today in Montreal about his comments, everything like that, and many people talk about his bad performance in the beginning of the season, also like he's maybe not a leader, and he go deeper and deeper after that. But at the end of the day, some stuff like that, you have to be patient and wait, reevaluate, and sometimes the time. It's better to not say anything until this developed to another way. Now you know a little bit more about that. And I wouldn't be surprised Petrie said at some point, my words were not exactly what I was thinking, because that's usually something like that. The player always come back with a way to clarify something. We're going to see what he's going to say in the next couple of days and to the media, everything like that. But one thing we know, whatever you have, structure, no structure, Jeff Petrie does not play at the Jeff Petrie level we saw for the last couple of years, and that's, for me, that's the most important things about that one over there. So hopefully he will elevate his game, but he's not the only one. We can go all the way with many other players in that team who have not played at where they should be, unfortunately, at that moment. So we'll be ready to see the development of that story for the next couple of weeks for sure. But welcome back, Mr. RJ Calabro in the house.
Welcome.
Breaking news news at Initial Live Show. Breaking news. The Florida Panthers add Sam Bennett, Kudas, Brandon Montour, and Carter Verhey to the COVID-19 protocol list. That's another 4 players about that one there. So Ottawa play again Florida last night. It could be affect some player like this if they return to Ottawa. Those players have to leave and stay in USA. That's the biggest concern for the players at that moment about that one over there. Alan Vaillancourt said, ENORTAP leave in Toronto, be a big fan of Ab. It would be interesting about that. Yamo said also, Ed Kustenov line and the COVID-19 protocol for the Washington Capitals. Butter Monkey back in the house.
Good night.
No, not good night, Butter Monkey. You just wake up.
Welcome.
Welcome back, Butter Monkey, in the house tonight.
Coach, the other thing with that's it's kind of amazing to see and a bit sad too, but it's normal, is the whole play of Spencer Knight, right? I think that perhaps Florida made that pickup on the waivers in light of the fact that they're starting to see that Spencer Knight maybe needs a little stint down in the AHL, sort of to build his confidence back, because obviously he's an extremely talented goaltender, but he's run into a little bit of difficulty, just like Caulfield did, and many others have. So I wouldn't be surprised if that move to pick up the goalie was exactly for that reason, and we might see him go down.
Yeah, I think that they see already before the game happening the way they will manage his time, and to leave a goaltender 20 years old behind a backup like Bobrovsky, play maybe, Bobrovsky is winning right now already to play 2 games every 2 games. Maybe in front of the schedule, they know exactly how many games maybe the next 7-8 game. Now maybe play only 1 game. So what is maybe prefer to send him in Charlotte to get a backup more been in the league right now. I think that's a good thing about that. I'm curious about this because I think they could get maybe Devin Dubnyk or a goaltender right now. Backup number 2, now have no contract. I thought it could be that direction, but I think this is just for precaution and give a little bit more time to Spencer to develop a little bit more in NHL. And it was not a good game for him last night, unfortunately. He struggled for the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks, unfortunately, for sure. Eagle Frank Sport in the house, everybody.
Welcome, Eagle.
We're not going to talk about our prediction yesterday in our tap, but we have to celebrate two great performances. Andy Kuivula and ENORTAP, not ENORTAP, Eagle Frank Sport. Eagle got an 8-4 yesterday, and Mr. Andy Kuivula a 9-3 yesterday. Congratulations, both of you, about that one over there. Devin Dubnyk already signed with Charlotte in the East Coast Hockey League. Yes, Banamoki, but he's not signed with NHL, I believe, at that moment. So he's maybe on just a contract minor at that moment, Banamoki. And talking about the monkey, I'm talking about something like this. One that said that Steve G have a big news here. Chesterkin is on ER by the New York Rangers, so it's a little bit longer what we expect. At the beginning, they expect only 7 days, maybe 10, but now we're going maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We know when you go ER, you have a minimum of 10 days, everything like that, so it'll be a little bit longer for the New York Rangers. Talking about the New York Rangers with injury, what about the Montreal Canadiens today in our tap? They add now, yesterday, Tyler Toffoli for 8 weeks. Now they announced Josh Anderson for 6 weeks. And then earlier, I think Yamo or someone or Adam put Christian Dvorak is going to be out for indefinite. So we don't know how long he will be out. So we talk about a full line right there. It could top 6. And for Montreal Canadiens, will be out for many weeks. Every time that. The good news, Gallagher and Niku should be back in the lineup. Maybe not tomorrow, but at least Saturday against Boston Bruins if we have a game this weekend. Other news, the Calgary Flames are pushed back now until next week for the next game. They canceled this weekend their game, and we expect for them to back maybe Tuesday. We have to follow up with the situation. We have a couple of teams, Nashville, Florida now. We have Carolina and the same boat with COVID and could have maybe more. You have another phone call that's going to be happening with the NHL and NHLPA the next couple hours to figure out what's the next step. Would be interesting to see what they're going to do about that. But that's another one to see that. Mr. Allen said Caulfield is only effective with a center to give him the puck. The Abs don't have that kind of center. Yeah, Suzuki can give the puck, honestly, about that one over there. But I think so far I like the combination of Caulfield and Ryan Poland at the last two games. I think they played better together, at least for Caulfield. Have another game of 3 shots. Before it was 4 shots. So we like to see Caulfield, 2 crossbar yesterday. It will come. It will come. Be patient about Cole Caulfield. It will come with time, not a problem. Tim Suzzle, ENORTAP, has 0 goal, 1 goal for about 23 goal a game. Now he got 3 goals the last couple of games. So sometimes it's 1, 2, and boom, boom, boom. After that, Austin Matthews was slipped for a couple of games with no goal, and then now he's on fire. I'm not going to say Caulfield like that, but I'm talking about the confidence. I'm talking about players sometimes they have got 1 or 2 goals. After that, Pacioretty has always been that way in NHL. Google account in the house.
And it's important as well, Coach, that we got to realize that we have to be very, very patient with our prospects. And it's not just in Montreal. We're seeing it around the league. We just finished talking about Spencer Knight as well. But there's a lot of Stützle has run into some difficulties. It doesn't mean that they've lost the talent that they have. It's there. It's between the ears right now and making sure that they have the confidence to play. So maybe we're bringing up the players too soon in the league. That definitely is a consideration.
Yep, absolutely right about that one there. Badamaki said the reason why the Panthers claimed Wilson was because Gibson injured. That's another precaution for sure, Badamaki. But look what they're going to do. If they send back Spencer Knight, it was not a Gibson injury. It was more to give time, better development for Spencer Knight. Now, if they send Wilson, they keep Spencer Knight. That's maybe about Gibson. So we're going to see the next couple of days, Badamaki decision about that one over there. Eagles said they have a good time last night. See you drop a Dvorak after I did. Yes, you better to drop some players so you line up now if you were doing the your fantasy hockey for sure about that one over there. What to forward to defensemen with the Panthers call up? Epo is already up here. Yeah, Eponiemi is around the team, but the monkey at that moment. Would be interesting if they're going to play in the next game. That Price is coming back, Gogol said. I don't think so. I think probably will be a little bit longer for we expectation. What?
After Christmas.
And we're going to go through those guys, because we don't want to talk about the 3-game, right? But we like right now we have a time to talk about QA, and you can ask questions in order we answer about that one there. And I don't know if you heard the rumor today about Edmonton, Montreal trade possible. And I don't know if you heard about that one in our top or not.
I think I saw one earlier in there with Sherratt for
so
Yamamoto.
Edmonton right now they're talking about possible the trade to get a defenseman. Now, a little bit like a bomb in Arizona, where the Arizona may be thinking to trade Jeff Chingron at some point. And then now the conversation start right away. Then after that to Edmonton. And then Edmonton, another conversation was about talking about Ben Chariot over there. So it would be interesting if Chariot can go to Edmonton. I think that would be a great asset to have Chariot for Edmonton Oilers. Definitely for that one there. Of course, Chet Chingron would be really interesting. He have a great contract at $4.6 million for the next 2 years following this season. So you book young kids like him with Bouchard and also Nurse. Now, and the trade, if he trade with Arizona, expect McLeod and maybe Holloway and Bouchard take that direction for Arizona and maybe a pick. That was my expectation. Now, Chariot in return, I don't see they will trade Bouchard for Chariot. That's not make sense to me. Now, they can make another player from Montreal to attract maybe, but bring Bouchard. That's something could happen at some point. Can they trade Chariot, get a first-round pick? That would be more logic in my head if Edmonton gets someone else in return. And I don't see anybody else I can own that moment where a solid prospect for Chariot. I think that wouldn't be logic for me at that moment in our tap.
Do you see any scenario maybe of Petrie returning to Edmonton?
It could be that one over there. The problem with, again, that would be the salary cap, the problem with Petrie, and that's my concern about that. So the flexibility for Edmonton to get Ben Chariot in return and, to give maybe another veterans with the player coming to Montreal, like a Derek Ryan or Kyle Duris, example, at $1.6 million to balance their salary cap, every time that. So that would be something maybe they will look about that.
Yeah.
That's maybe what I said about what I'm thinking. Badamonkey said, I said Schwen, Disney-Zenko, and Kosik Epirski going to be called up for the Panthers. Dixon, what I miss, Dixon always show up at the middle of the show. That missed nothing, only 37 minutes of the show. But the beauty of this, Dixon, you can come back and reviewing and watching again the show. That's
over and over.
Congratulations, Dixon, by the way. 7-5 yesterday, my friend. Good job. Johnny, a surprise moving there or Chariot and return Yamamoto and pick likely. Yamamoto could be against Chariot about that, but I would not be interested to get Yamamoto on that trade. To be honest with you, I would prefer to get a pick and return. Yeah. And then Price, can they trade Price and Chariot?
Money.
Wow. That would be interesting to see that. I'm sure we're going to get Koskinen for sure in return, but that would be interesting. Alan said, I think it is too small. I don't see Caulfield's score 30 goal, never mind 40. Just my opinion. It could be right, Alan. I still believe you have that kind of the possibility at some point to reach 30, 35. I still trust him, believe on him. I'm comparing him always to Andrew DeBrincat. Now, DeBrincat is already a snapper like Caulfield. The difference between DeBrincat and Caulfield, he played with Patrick Kane. And we don't have any Patrick Kane in the team. So to create those opportunities, I think Cole Caulfield need to get better on the one-timer shot and the power play at the bottom left. Yeah. I think he is not strong enough, or he did not find a way to get that puck right away. Everything like that. He's really good when he's coming to an entering zone, guys. Stickling the puck, and then he read the puck. That's why he's great about this. One of the most dangerous players. I'm coming with a graphic tomorrow about. I'm going to show you the entrance zone, the exit zone on the graphic with Sven team and with the Montreal Canadiens for each player. Zeph Lecab back size. In the house. On the top, he's back.
Welcome, Zeph.
Alan, he does not go to the net because he's still on that side. But the best sniper, Alan, does not go to the in front of the net, unfortunately. I'm talking about Pacioretty. They bring Cat. Those kind of the players not get the dirty trash goal. They play about 10, 15. Mike Hoffman, the Dadonov is another one over there. They are not generate their goal in front of the net. They get their goal almost like from about 10 feet, 12 feet with a snap and wrist shot, everything like that. That's the trend about those kind of snapper in a shot. They are not all Iman. Iman, he not get a good shot, but he got the goal, the trashy goal. Just wanted to give you a trend between both of them. So, about that. Michael Rosenblatt, back in house, said Rubenstein, but Michael Rosenblatt in the house.
Welcome, Michael.
Zed said a price to Edmonton, that'd be great. Monto, Vernon, Bernie, Kudas, and Lombard now. Lombard was yesterday. You're absolutely right about this, Michael. Thanks to the information. Question is a Chariot a price to Edmonton to pick about this? Kenda Aerospace and the house. Welcome aboard. Please, NHL, do the right thing. Don't cancel game or postpone the season. I will guarantee you that one over there. They will not postpone the game. They will maybe stop at some point, maybe days or week, everything like that. But they will not postpone the season. They will not like push back in summer, whatever it is. They will stop at 50 game or 35 game and then go to playoff, everything like that. But I would not be surprised at some point if it's like 9, 10, 12 team got the COVID. They have some readjustment, everything like that. They maybe make a pause and a little bit longer. Like during the timing is a little bit perfect because after that you hit holidays. We have game the 23rd. I think we have game the 26th, 27, I believe. And then after that they are back. So maybe it will set during the holidays, nobody travel, we stay home and come back on in January, where I feel that would be great. You have 3 weeks in February about that. What happening in February if you don't go to Olympics and ENORTAP? My prediction will be this. The first weekend in February is the All-Star game in ENORTAP. And during that weekend, after that, I believe they will give 10 days off for everybody. So because they cannot play anywhere, every time that. And then they will match up the game they're missing right now. For example, February 16 to February 27, where they come back from the China or the Olympics, everything like that. So I believe me, they will get a pause after the All-Star game and then reset the schedule about that one over there. There could be another pause during the holidays if the case of increasing go everywhere, everything like that. That will be interesting. The problem sometimes, guys, is not like the Florida have COVID right now, but Calgary have COVID. The COVID attack after that, the Boston Bruins. So I would not be surprised he could have some players like Ottawa tomorrow, the next 48 hours, to have something about that. Now, the also NHL announced today, they come back with the protocol they have before that. The players this year, there was a test every 3 days. Now they get the test every day, starting tomorrow, I believe. And they're going to change a little bit the protocol of the situation. That's the first, I would say, action they make at that moment. Then they're going to reevaluate the case and maybe have too many players, and that would be possible to stop some point and make a stop for a couple of weeks or whatever it is. So, but one thing we know in ENORTAP, we're not going to stop. We're going to be here every single day anyway about that. But great question, Michael, on that. Did I miss the pick? No, ENORTAP talked too much. How about going to Oilers? Peter, forget about that one over there. It will never happen. About this, Chick Run is on the ER. Steve G. Yes, he was there yesterday, I believe, by the Arizona Coyotes, so 2 days ago. No, Petrie to Oilers. He coached for first. I think so. What about Kilap South or Detroit Red Wings win yesterday in the house? What about Girard in Colorado? I'll be honest with you, Zeph. I'm watching Girard the last couple of games. This year, I have an opportunity watching a lot of games and more like Colorado, the Rangers, you know that. I'm not a big fan of Samuel Girard. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan about Samuel Girard. He carry on the puck. He's good on offensive, but he's really bad on defensive side. He's another like Quinn Hughes, everything like that. I'll be really cautious about Girard. I think we can get better to reach another players like, I don't have no name in my head right now, but a guy like that stature is really difficult on the defensive side. And I think the next close to Girard's coming is Mathias Norlander. And we have one like him. So for me, I will not targeting Girard. If we don't make a rate, I'll be not my first pick on my side. Before we get the pick, a game will be canceled. I like that one. Now, Kidap's going to the Red Wings visit Hurricane tomorrow. Do the Hurricane play tomorrow? I don't know. But that's something we have to follow about that one. I agree, Zeph, on the price. Tampa fan and me are hoping for a short season, but more important, we hope the player are active for against that. I agree with you. Price is a big question mark. If it does not come back with Montreal this season, I cannot see anything happening until off season. I agree right about this, Johnny. It's not going to happen in the off season. On the other show, Sir Ribeiro talking about Nate Patrick Roy agent to make present. You thought I would not hire Patrick Roy. If I have an opportunity to hire somewhere else, I will hire somewhere else. The fans want Patrick Roy. I will respect if they get Patrick Roy. I don't see Patrick Roy as a GM. At the worst case, I will see Patrick Roy more as a coach behind the bench at the GM. If you want to get the best of Patrick Roy, it's going to be behind the bench. If you want to have a GM like Patrick Roy, it's not going to be the right person, I believe, for the rebuild that team on my eyes. That would be someone I would get someone about that. I don't see anybody taking on the price contract, Alan. What happening at that moment, Alan? The Montreal Canadiens going to retaining some money, $3, $4, $5 million at some point. Run talk with Eagle. A price to Oilers, a retain $4 million Canadian first round to Montreal. Possible Andy Koivula. I think you will add one more players with that one, Andy, about that because Montreal owed $4 million because Koskinen is out at the end of the trade. So I would say to you, Andy, to be fair for the Montreal, add another players. I don't mention any money, any name, but I think it will be something you have to look at. If the NHL need to, they will do something. Amigo is dangerous. To the Calgary, say I could only the score right now. If I can only get the score right. Best scenario is Johnny Price, Edmonton for the first round pick, plus then Edmonton crash. Would be interesting about that one over there, but I think we just talked about this earlier. NHL player won't be at the Olympic, in my opinion. I don't think so. Look like he's going to be canceled or they're not going to go because of the situation over there. Ribeiro asked a TV host how many know in term GM or how many would know who. We need a president like maybe Torment come a coach. I don't see Tortorella back in NHL anymore, unfortunately, Peter, about that one over there. And the Montreal Canadiens need a French Canadian coach. I still believe Guy Boucher is going to be in the conversation with Bob Arkley and maybe something else. But what I think about that. No Toast Cup with a joke. Why you anyone want the price? I don't know, but that's what happened. I sing up as a coach of what I like. Canada beat Detroit and OT and at 322. That's Peter's name. If others wait until I've seen for a goalie, it just pick up. Andy ENORTAP always mentioned about this one over there. And he think the Edmonton should wait until the end of the season, pick up a goaltender, and it's better for them to pick a defenseman at this season. He's always talked that way, and maybe he's right. I don't say he's wrong, but he's always thinking about that way. He believes because Koskinen's leaving next season. He had no contract after that. You see, they open up a $4 million and the salary cap for them. But we are 5:49. Everybody waiting for the prediction, Mr. ENORTAP. I think ENORTAP said to me, "All right, we don't do prediction today." I said, "What?" He said, "We don't do prediction." But no, we cannot do that. So I said, "Okay, let's start in first of all with this one, Mr. ENORTAP. Who is this player?"
Oh my gosh, you make it hard, don't you? Oh.
He's the only player guy play in NHL, and he won the Grey Cup in football.
The Grey Cup.
He's not a good coach. I think we would because someone of his job. Yeah, 7 goalie. You have 3 next season. And exactly about that one over there. If you want to relieve your payroll, just waive price. Unfortunately, no Zef because if you waive, you pay him. He have a no close. He cannot play. He cannot be on the waiver list. Johnny Golden said Bentley.
I don't think so. Is it? Well, I'll wait for a couple more people, maybe.
Bob Bailey, Allen. Bob Bailey was the third base for the Montreal Expos.
Expos, yeah.
All right, ENORTAP, go ahead.
Is it Conacher?
It's Conacher, exactly. I don't know his first name, Lionel Conacher or something like that.
I think it's Lionel. Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I don't remember.
And who is this guy?
Is that? Let's see what
Cleveland.
people say. But
Cleveland
Graton?
Barons.
Is it Graton?
Who?
Graton?
Gilles Gradon? Non.
No. Cleveland Barons. Wow. I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, you was born. Here we go. We have a winner.
Meloche.
951 did it. Here we go. Gilles Meloche. Johnny Golden get it also. Congratulations. We have
Awesome.
3 games tonight, Mr. ENORTAP, and I'm sure it was waiting for that, everything on that. And we want to thank everybody for your participation on the prediction. And we have a lot of people yesterday did it. And congratulations for each one of you yesterday for Mr. Kuivula and of course Ease. Let's dive in right now. 3 games to go, guys. And that's it. Let's go.
Okay, so in our first game, we have Washington to Chicago. The Hawks actually, interesting little fact, in their last 12 games, they've been zigzagging back and forth. They win one, lose one, win one, lose one. So based on that pattern, they should win tonight, and they're also 5-0-1 at home. So the sort of the numbers are aligning in their favor, but I don't know. I think that Washington is a very strong team, and they've also been on a bit of a tear themselves lately. They opened up a 3-game road trip by topping Buffalo the other night in a 3-2 game. Ovechkin has continued, not at the same rate that he was before, but he's had 5 assists in his past 3 games, so that's still quite good, and he's got his point streak up to 5 games now. Guys like Tom Wilson still remain day-to-day for Washington with the upper body injury that he has. He didn't travel with the team. Nick Dowd and Trevor Van Riemsdyk, they practiced but are still on the COVID protocol. So they have a few players out of the lineup. But I'm going to go with Washington to win this game, Coach, 4-2.
Here we go.
Okay. Next, we have the Rangers with some breaking news about Shesterton. Unfortunately, they're traveling to Arizona. After a month of very impressive performances, the Rangers are sort of in a bit of a rut, if you want to call it that. They're coming off of yesterday's loss to Colorado, 4-2. And they hope to avoid their 3rd straight defeat tonight when they take on the Coyotes. New York has lost consecutive games for the 3rd time this season. The Rangers dropped their first 2 games of the season to Washington and Dallas, and then dropped 3 straight games to, I think it was on the West Coast, they had Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton. Arizona's 12 points are the fewest in the NHL right now. The Coyotes also have a league low 48 goals, while getting outscored by 53 goals for the worst goal differential in the NHL. So all those things don't add up to positive things right now, unfortunately for them. I think this is a game that, again, the Rangers want to kind of establish themselves again, and they can't really afford to lose to Arizona. Arizona's been having difficulty scoring, and the Rangers have actually been playing very, very well defensively. So it'll be a close, low-scoring game, but I think the Rangers will score into an empty net and win 3-1.
Oh, you got the same score like Mr. AK.
Of course.
And me, I follow
Yeah,
CG
4-2.
and Yamo.
So you're with the over.
I went
For that
951. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was at 5.5. And then finally for the evening, we have Seattle after yesterday's game against the Sharks. Great game they played. They're traveling to Anaheim. Anaheim is well rested. After playing like 5 games in 7 days on the road, the Ducks return home, and it's hard to hear, but they're in first place in the Pacific Division right now. So things are boding well for them. A lot of the players are saying, "No, this is not about just a hot streak. Things feel different." Some of the veterans are saying, "We've been there before," and comparing the way we're playing now, they feel much more positive. And again, those are the kind of things you want to see. Like these guys, when they're practicing, when they're playing, you notice they're all smiles. And then that's usually an indicator of a positive mindset. The Ducks went 3-1-1 on their trip to Washington, Buffalo, Columbus, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis, and they beat the Blues, who have also been very good themselves lately. 3-2 on that Troy Terry penalty shot in overtime that they had. Fowler's been having a great year for them as well, for the Ducks. He has sort of recovered from where he was last year. The Ducks have gotten a boost from guys like Trevor Zegras and Sonny Milano, as well as the other guys that were scoring, obviously Getzlav and so on. Gibson, we already mentioned that he's not playing tonight. There was hope that he might, but they just confirmed that. The Kraken snapped a 3-game winless streak with that 3-1 victory last night against San Jose, but I think it took a lot out of them, and they're on a back-to-back. So I'm going to go with Anaheim to win this game at home, 3-1.
Because you were stuck with 3-1, I said, you know what? I'll be stuck at 4-2.
Okay. Awesome. And then we have our
fantasy hockey. We saw this, guys, yesterday, us, and we got
we got some. And we're keeping points.
I'm sorry?
Right? And we're keeping points. So right now, a coach would disagree with me. It should be 9 points to 9.
I'll give it to you. It was the first night. I'm going to give you a mulligan.
That's because Demko was supposed to start and he was taken out. Anyways, for tonight, we're going to go with, and we've agreed to go with this time to remove that possibility again. Just go with the team rather than the player or the goalie. So I'm going to take the Washington Capitals. I'm going to take Fox and Carlson. And on offense, I will go with Ovechkin, Panarin, and Zegras.
You cannot take Panarin.
Yeah, you did that to me, did you? Okay, give me.
Because I have it.
I'm gonna take. Give me Patrick Kane.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Do I have this one over there? Yes, I can get it to you. He's not going to be
somebody with a short name.
I took the Rangers. I took Joan and Trouba. I took Backstrom, and I took Zibanejad and Panarin.
You took Trouba, eh? You know hits don't count, right, Coach? I'm
all Rangers tonight. So that's what happened about that one, Mr. ENORTAP. About this, it turned out to be a good choice, called back-to-back. Amazing game last night. I could not believe the Canucks pulled it out at the end. We forgot Grader, Andy Cleveland said about this. Yes, that's part of Kessel. Not really. Kako 0+0 for Mr. Iyamo. About that one over there. If ever you want to join us on the Fantasy Hockey, the best way to do that, guys, send me an email. We're going to add your point at the end. But here it would be too complicated to follow everybody, everything like that. So that would be the right way to do that. And then I have also Adam Berger score tonight. I save Adam Berger, so all good about him. Yamo, we hit the 6 o'clock. And Mr. ENORTAP, we are going to get there. And any comment you want to mention before we leave? Everybody, don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's Coach. I think we're hearing a lot about these players that are under protocol right now. For me, from what I've read, yes, the Omicron is much more contagious, so it's going to affect a lot more people. But you got to realize that a lot of these hockey players have been vaccinated, and having had the vaccination, it's also so far we have to still collect a lot of data, but so far it seems to be a less potent version of the original COVID. So the hope is that you do your quarantine and you're ready to go after not suffering that much. And that's what it is right now. Like, we're seeing these cases really climb because of that.
Yep, absolutely about that. About this, and also I just want to answer the people in the chat. Yes, Steve Backstrom is back in the lineup. First game for them tonight because the lineup is out. Thank you, Yamo, to answer to Steve G. Great comment. You're absolutely right. It will be interesting to follow the next couple of days the situation with the COVID. Honestly, that's the biggest thing happening right now in NHL. And at the end of the day, we love sport, we love hockey, we are passionate about hockey, but at the end of the day, we want to be sure everybody is healthy and stay sure nothing happened to any one of them in NHL. That's what the most important things about that. So, So before we leave, we want to remind you, everybody,
you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Thank you so much, everybody, to join us for another warm-up show with Coach FRENCHY and also, of course, ENORTAP. And we thanks again ENORTAP for his participation. And for the rest of you,
Coach.
have an amazing, great, blessing day. Night, we'll be back at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock p.m. to give you this answer the next 30 minutes. And until then, be well and be healthy. Have an amazing, great night, everybody.
Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for
Thanks, Steve G. Andy Kuiwula. 951. Thank you so much.
The Christmas tree, hugging and kissing outside our door.
Kelly. Yes, I do, Kelly. Tonight.
As they walk from house to house.
Dixon, have an amazing, great night. Yamo, thanks again for all the updates.
Under the mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho ho ho, we're feeling jolly, eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Merry Christmas Day. A Merry Christmas Day. Oh.
Gregor. Have an amazing, great night, buddy.